Just shoveled and just salted the driveway. And now I'm back in here, ready to live stream.
Well, hello. If you don't know already, my name is Kevin G Nicholson, and I'm the host of this YouTube channel. And today, I'm coming to you from Black Stripe Productions in Danielson, Connecticut.
I've been out shoveling.
We've had a snow day. I had to shovel
And now I'm
today.
back in here.
Shoveled the walk, salted
Ready
the
to
walk,
live
shoveled the stairs, salted the stairs, and
It's a winter
ate
wonderland out there.
an extremely full breakfast. 3 eggs and a sausage. And then I followed it up with a sandwich.
Just shoveled
Wonderful.
and just salted the driveway.
Who cares what I'm eating?
And now I'm
It's
back
all right.
in here.
It's
Ready to live
so I've been
stream.
outside working and not doing
It's a
my
winter
inside
wonderland
stuff.
out there.
But that's okay. You know, you make time for that. It's going to be a short stream today
Got a lot of
because
snow.
aside from the snow, I got
Been out
nothing.
shoveling. Just shoveled.
I mean,
and
I got
just salted
things
the
that have
driveway.
made me
And now I'm back in here,
think
ready to live stream.
about things, but nothing that
It's
you
a
know.
winter
Sometimes you got to let these
wonderland
things.
out there.
What's the word I'm looking for? Digest,
Got a lot of snow.
formulate. You got to sometimes
shoveling. Just
manifestation.
shoveled and just
Sometimes
salted the
comes
driveway.
from
And now I'm back in here.
from a little
Ready to live
digestion of the subject matter.
It's a winter wonderland out there.
Okay, let's turn that down just a little bit. So, yeah, yesterday I said it was going to be
Got a
short,
lot
and I ended up
of snow.
pontificating for a good
Been out
hour.
shoveling. Just shoveled and just salted
So
the
you see
driveway.
behind
And now I'm back in here.
that's the picture from
Ready to
my
live stream.
plant window, my second plant window. I got 2 plant windows.
It's a
Actually,
winter
technically I have 3.
wonderland out there.
Those are my Oxalis triangularis. And I don't pan back,
Got a lot
but
of snow.
oh,
Been
excuse
out
me.
shoveling. Just
I also
shoveled
got
and just
some,
salted the driveway. And now I'm back in here.
I also got a new
Ready to
version of
live stream.
Oxalis triangularis in the pot behind it that's
It's
just
a
starting to
winter
sprout. I'm really
wonderland
excited
out
to see what
there.
it's going to look like because it's a new variation. And I ordered another version of
Got a lot of
Oxalis,
snow.
but they said they can't ship it
Been out
until
shoveling.
April,
Just shoveled and just salted
which
the
I thought was
driveway.
all right.
And now
Well,
I'm back in here.
sure. So I'm waiting until April
Ready
to
to
get that
live stream.
version. And I figured,
It's a winter wonderland out
the
there.
plants are kind of also my hobby. I haven't painted in, oh God,
Got a lot
at
of
least
snow.
a year.
I've been out shoveling.
It
Just
mu- it
shoveled
must
and
be
just salted the
because
driveway.
ever since I got
And
back
now I'm
into the
back in
YouTube
here,
thing, this has
ready
been
to live
my
stream.
go-to for artistic expression.
It's a winter
That and the music
wonderland
albums.
out there.
Ooh, that's another thing that's going on. Spotify is redetermining how it's
Got a
going to
lot
pay
of
out its
snow.
artists,
I've been out
and it
shoveling.
could work in my
Just
favor. It could
shoveled
work
and just
against me.
salted the
I'm not
driveway.
certain.
And now I'm back in
But
here.
all I know is it's delayed payment
Ready to live stream.
for 7 days.
It's a
So
winter
I'm,
wonderland out there.
Like I have this, I got $4 sitting in that account, and I don't need it. So like I'm not like chomping at the bit
Got a
for the
lot of
actual money,
snow.
but I'm curious to
I've
see
been out shoveling.
what the
Just shoveled and
redetermination
just
is going
salted
to
the
be,
driveway.
and if it's going to
And now I'm
discourage
back
me
in
or
here.
encourage me.
Ready
So
to
keep
live
that in
stream.
mind, Spotify. Tell you what,
It's
let's
a
turn off the
winter
snow.
wonderland out there.
Warm the nose, Baca, warm the nose. Yeah, I'll just leave it right there. Because I can't hear what's playing on there, but I seem to recall talking a little bit. So it is January 7th, 2024. 4:35 p.m., a little after 4:20. I've been meaning, I'm going to do a Stoner 420 podcast at some point. I mean, it's inevitable. How could I not? If you're just listening, you're listening to WTRD, Turd FM. No, you're not. So, yeah, it's, it's funny because and knowing that I was going to be doing streaming, I'm like, okay, I'll do a little gaming and see if that hooks a little bit. And with StarCraft, it hooked a little bit. And then I tried World of Warcraft, and that there's nothing for me to do in there anymore. You know, everything's changed, and so I'm like, and I couldn't even get into the basin the last time I played. So it looks like I bought like a 1 month recurring, and it's not going to be recurring. I'm canceling. I could do StarCraft for free instead of throwing the $15 away a month. I should have gotten like a Netflix for the month instead. Although that wouldn't help me with streaming. And a lot of people have been, the gaming market is pretty saturated, but what I like is the fact that it knows what the games are and you can put them in below, and so that helps categorize you. And although I don't see myself as a hardcore gamer, it's, I'm still testing the YouTube algorithm out. I'm just still trying YouTube out. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do something for my audiences to try to lead them to the live stream. Because I did a commercial before Christmas Eve, but I don't think a lot of people know about the live tab. And so I think I could do a little like a new opening on my homepage, where I say, hey, it's Kevin G Nicholson. But I could actually do, this is how you find this. This is how you find this. Make it more informational. Maybe. Don't know. Yeah. But that's all I got today. So, I guess, what? 10 minutes. All right, one more cigarette, and then I'm going. On the off chance someone might actually stop in. Because I go in cycles where I do like real world work, busy work around the house, whether it's just cooking for myself or cleaning or laundry, and that's, like essentials for life. And then I have the creative part of me, which is I got to do this once a day, at least for a few minutes. Because it's, getting used to the flow. And then I have my research period where I'm not doing any of this stuff. I'm like watching YouTube videos about how to get better at YouTube videos. And then how to use, then tutorials on how to use the software that is involved in this and in editing and trying new tricks and learning composite and stuff like that. I'd like to think I'm pretty well-rounded, and I'd like to think my editing is up. I'm pretty sure this past summer I leveled up on editing. But there's always more to learn, and there's always more to do. And Bonte-Kuhn, I think it's a hard O now that I think about it. He'll correct me at some point. He started a YouTubers Club on Facebook, and you should go over there. Like, if you want to bump into other YouTubers, that's a good place to go. For some reason, they got Facebook groups all over the place about YouTube, which is funny because you figure YouTube would have a group about YouTube. You know what I mean? And I'm actually in a couple of groups on Facebook about YouTube, and one has a lot of people, and not all of them speak English. It's like a mix, a world market. And then the one that I'm in with Bonte-Kuhn is seems more okay. This is kind of like Americans. I mean, I don't want to be like Americans only, but I want to know who's YouTubing like near me. I want to hook up with people who are geographically closer, if possible. Like I think he's in Ohio, so that's not local to me. That's at least a day's drive, and that's if I had a car. And that's if it wasn't winter, and if the roads weren't dog shit outside. I wouldn't want to drive in this even if I had a car. But now I don't have to shovel everyone else out either. I just have to do the walk and the stairs. They're on their own. I contributed. I did the stuff for safety so they can get in and out of their houses. And the walk is for passers-by. And there really isn't that much snow out there, but it's wet and it's thick. And now it's just getting sloppy. right now. It's not even really snowing. It's more like dripping. But that's all right. You know, every day is a little bit different. I can get through this one easy enough. I'm very grateful to be in my warm house, though, because when I was out there, I had gloves on, but I went out a few times today. Once I lost feeling my fingers, well, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm going to warm up, and then I'll come out and I'll do some more. I did that until the job was done. And now I'm contemplating having a big glass of vitamin D milk and a slice of cheesecake, probably 3 slices of cheesecake, which, boy, isn't that part of a healthy diet? No, it's not. Remember, kids, you shouldn't be watching because this is 18 or older. This is adults only. Because what if I start talking about a vagina? Oh, well, then we're talking about... It's so oversensitive. We have to protect the children. No, you don't. You're making it worse by having everyone on alert for nothing. It's like that's something new about the advent of all the technology is now they got it so heightened at all times. Bing, 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 bing. This person's trying to get in touch with you, and then they're like, weather alert, heavy rain, heavy fog, heavy this, heavy that. Trying to keep everyone on the... and I never understood when I was a kid, this is before cell phones, you drive around and you wouldn't know what the weather was going to be like. And I was like, why don't they have a weather radio station so you know what's coming? You know what I mean? Well, now they can predict it within 17 feet. But they don't know what's coming. This could have been a lot worse, but, they were saying, oh, brace yourself. And I'm like, all right, well, I got some food. Did a little shopping, made sure I could last for a week. And again, truth be told, if there was a zombie apocalypse and for some reason I couldn't leave the house, like I could exist in here for a month at least on food supplies anyway. Tobacco would be another question. I got a week's worth of tobacco, but I'm hoping that when the zombie apocalypse happens, there's no zombie apocalypse. We're in the zombie apocalypse. Everyone looking at the phones. And if you're looking at me on your phone, thank you very much. You're not one of them. I would never say anything ill about people who want to actually watch me. I don't care what you're watching me on. If you're watching me on masking tape, that would be fine. If you're watching me through a telescope across town, which I think is very unlikely because there's a lot of stuff you'd have to look through in order to see into this room. Because I got curtains and then I got plastic for to hold in the heat, and then I got blinds and I got the ones on this back wall here a little up, so I get a tiny bit of natural light. But the other one's is covered up. So that'll keep the snipers guessing. I'll have to wait till I go to my kitchen and see if he can get a shot through my oxalis triangularis. Men shot through a field of oxalis triangularis. I want to do that kind of American Beauty shot with oxalis. I don't know why. I just get I've had that plant for years and years and years, and then I'm like, oh, geez, let's learn some more about it. And then I started propagating it, and I got something like 20 or 30 plants in this house, which I'm kind of nurturing. And now I'm starting with another 2 genuses. Is that a type of variety, I guess? I've been genus plused. Oh, I'm a nutcase. I love that. It's been Disney plused. Oops. Doctor Who got Disney plused. Oh no. It's a musical now. It was supposed to be halfway decent sci-fi. That's the other reason for this channel, is so I can come on and whine about Doctor Who changing. Oh, we got to meet that diversity quotient. People can't just be who they are. And remember, heterosexual males are evil. Report all of them. If you know someone's got exterior genitalia, report it immediately. They got hotlines. They got flash lines. And if you flash in that flash line, they send you to jail. 1984. Oh, here it is. It was a little late, but considering, hey, when you look back to the 80s and you miss those times, cassette tapes, boom boxes. Boom boxes. I love boom boxes. I have, now everything's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and Bluetooth diapers. Bluetooth plus. Oh, I laugh at my own jokes. I'm an idiot. That's all right, though. And I got, what else? Well, we did the rises, I think, a few days ago. And then I did some projector tests. And I think it's going to be like, I think I'm going to start telling some, like, really short stories, but, like, thematically, you know, like very, very short. Like Jack and Joe went up the hill, each with $1.25. Joe came down with $2.50. Oh, something like that. You know, something silly, but silly and short. And like I did a couple of those last year with Sparky, the legendary Sparky I'm referring to. He's legendary, and he's got the highest short on my channel, because I recorded him at one of his gigs, and he did a little freestyling, and he impressed everyone. And then his clip went not viral, but I want to say it's in the 50,000s. I suppose I could check. Why not, Kev? You could do this while you're on live. And it's the weirdest thing. A couple days ago, I did a little clip of the post office, the local post office, and for some reason today it's just like going ape shit. Like, all right, that's what triggers the algorithm, the post office? Sure. What was I looking for? I was looking for videos? Shorts? Oh, shorts, yes. I was verifying the numbers. The most popular, he's my most popular. 57,000 views, legendary Sparky Solo. And I mean, I tell you to go look at it, but shorts don't help me at all. They don't give me any watch time. You watching right here, right now, is helping me possibly, eventually get monetized to the point where I'm getting passive income from AdSense. Took a second. I mean, I do smoke a lot of weed. Speaking of which, I got some blueberry kush. And remember, folks, in the state of Connecticut, marijuana is now recreationally legal, and I am in my own home. If you are under the age of 18, then chances are 50% of you are little pricks who are omnipotent and know everything. But you don't really, and you'll regret being little pricks later on in life. So please try not to be little pricks. There you are, teenagers. That's my message to you. This is my grinder, my weed grinder. Actually, I got enough there. Enough for a nice little bowl. Yeah, so I don't have to do anything with that bag at all. It's weird because, like, I was in a state of, like, I'm in a state of abundance right now. But I was in a state of scarcity, like, right at the top of Christmas. Well, not the top of December. And things were really, really tight. Now I'm getting towards abundance again in my own way. Yay. I'm hoping this will keep going in my favor, so I can do cooler stuff as I go on. Pokey. Pokey. Lee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I suppose I should start. See, I want to see what they're doing with the Spotify thing before I make another album, though. Because I assume at some point they're going to tell us, well, here's how we recomputed it so I can recalibrate. Because before it was like, okay, make your songs really short. And now I guess that's changing because people like me adapted in different ways. And some people are saying that's not real music. If you listen to this, I think it's real music. It sounds like music to me. To me, it sounds like good music. I listen to this shit all day and into the night because I like it. Because it's pretty cool. Because it lets me daydream. That's the name of this stream, Dr. Daydream. I'm the doctor and I like to daydream. I'm obviously not the Jodie Foster doctor. I'm a doctor of my own, in my own mind. I'm the Renaissance doctor. I'm the fair doctor. And they do kind of like, some people call me that when I'm at the fair. They call me doctor. And I'm like, all right, rock on. We're in here. We're in make-believe. I'm down. Yeah. So I did, I feel good about myself because, like I said, I did the shoveling that I was supposed to do. And it's still kind of dripping out there, but it should sustain. And I guess we're getting more, but I haven't really. I don't know when the next volley is. I'm good for now. I'm good for the day. That's the important thing. I did the work, and now I get to chill out. And soon I get to have a slice of cheesecake and watch Game of Thrones. That's what I was watching today before I paused it and went out and did my stuff. Season 7, going all the way through the last seasons. Again, I've gone through, I love that shit. I love anything with, like, meat to it. The Lord of the Ring trilogy, loved it. Watched every behind the scenes, every DVD that I got with that kit, I watched. And that's a chunk of time. But it's nice. You're on the journey with them. And it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Beautiful movies. And really, it was done very well. But it was all right. It was good. And the fact that they skipped out on the Sharky stuff in the films bothered me a little bit. But, hell, he did a great job. Aside from that, that's a very little bitch. It's a bitch, but it's a very little bitch. So, yeah. I really like those. Babylon 5, if you've never heard about it, that was a great sci-fi show from the late 90s. Made all by an Amiga computer at first. And Lightwave 3D. And that was a good show. A lot of story arcs and a lot of foreshadowing and stuff like that. I like it when things are that way and not just episodic. The Stargate series, SG-1, that spanned for like 10 years. Even I don't even own all of them on DVD. I probably should, but, hey. Not a necessity. It's a really light want. I got like 2 through 7. And I know there's still, so I'm still missing like 5 seasons. I don't have any of Atlantis on DVD. And Atlantis was all right too. I didn't mind that. But, the original one, you go back through and you get the character growth and you have, again, the foreshadowing. I like it when they do that. Big chunks. Big chunks of story. I want to do... see, there are a lot of things I'm feeling. Like, all right, let's say I tell a story right now. Okay, exterior, park, outdoors, sun's out, sun's shining. We see a little puppy, and the little puppy's got an Uzi. So the little puppy sees a cat. The puppy goes over with the Uzi to the cat and barks at it. And the cat gives the dog the finger, and the puppy shoots it. The end. Oh, but see, it can't end there. Now, if we want to make this Game of Thrones, wow, that's how it all started, because that cat had many relatives, and they all learned what the puppy did. So, like the Lannisters, they got a bunch of people to invite the puppy into a wedding. The puppy should have known better. And then, see, it's all going to be about Mormont. The Mormonts! Noble house. From a noble house. I'm glad that wasn't Disney Plus. Oh, I couldn't even imagine Game of Thrones on Disney. It'd be like they'd have to go back in and sand out all the nudity, everything. Everyone would be like, it's like that's what surprised me about Lord of the Rings too. Not the good one that Peter Jackson did, the Rings of Power that they did on Amazon. Everyone's getting everything so family friendly, it's becoming not realistic. And I know it's just stories, but sometimes you want to go gritty. And so that's, if you're going gritty, I mean, that's what Game of Thrones was. That was, if it wasn't cutting it tight, I mean, Game of Thrones got me so excited back when that was, I literally, in between seasons, I just rewatch as much as I could in between jobs. It was terrible. And that's where the snow movies came from. Because there was no shortage of them in that show. I love Game of Thrones. And as I went through that series, I mean, you could kind of see where it was going, but nah, I wasn't as fond of where they ended up. But yeah, I'm talking about somebody else's work. I just finished a Danielson video. Because this guy Matt asked me to do more Danielson stuff, and I'm like, all right, I live here, so why not? So I did a walkthrough downtown, and I thought that was edited pretty tight. I mean, I could have cut a little here and there, but didn't think I did a bad job. And now that I have the projector going, and that I've been working on the other independent projects. There's good stuff on the horizon. Just got to get through the winter. Got to get through the snow. Because, I mean, snow's a part of life. I get it. Makes us appreciate. Look at that picture. It's pretty. Especially with the contrast with my flowers in the foreground. My Oxalis triangularis. My true love. My true love is Oxalis. I dated women before, but they treated me shitty, so now my real love, flowers. Oh, I'm not well. That's right, I'm going to get better. Watch. Even Gandalf smoked a pipe and called me Gandalf the Cream. Come on, that was kind of funny. See, that's the thing. I'll sit in here. I caught myself. I was just going to come in for 10 minutes yesterday, and I ended up staying in here for an hour because I amused myself just going blah, 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 blah. and I already did the work, so it's not like I can go play outside. You like that? Did they ever do that to you when you were growing up? Go play outside. Just get the F out of the house. Leave us alone. Leave me in peace. And then you go outside. I couldn't believe how free range I was as a lad. Because literally, they go, okay, just be back before it gets dark. And I'd take off in the woods. Literally, up and down the brook. And I would discover new things. And I can't believe I didn't get eaten by something. Because, you know, this area is known for bears, but sometimes shit shows up. And I was ill-equipped. But of course, I was courageous because I was stupid. I was not. I had so much courage when I was young, but I can't believe people didn't kick the living snot out of me because, you know, when I was young, I knew everything at 13. No one knew anything. I was the one who knew. And now that I'm older and I'm looking back at that little snot-nosed bastard, I got spanked. You know, I didn't get beat. I got spanked, though. I got physically punished. And I should have been more physically punished. I should have gotten the Sean Connery bitch slap when I was 13. Really, just one right across the face from Dad. Just going, smarting me up. They were really nice, though. They were super nice. Oh, God, I put them through hell. So I'm grateful for my parents. Because, talk about it. You know, we all get that sense of entitlement to a certain degree. I try to back off it. Because, you know, I'm just glad to be where I'm at. You know, peaceful and calm. And, you know, get to chill out, listen to my music, follow my YouTube dreams. My YouTube dreams. It was never originally, this wasn't supposed to be the big thing. I was supposed to make movies. I wanted to be the next Steven Spielberg. But I had no education to do such. I didn't have the means, I didn't have the wherewithal. But I wanted to make the next movie. And I tried. I tried once, then I tried twice. I failed both times. It's all right, though. You know, you learn from your mistakes, and you move on, and you try to grow, and you try to get better. And if you survived it, keep going. It's my inspirational. Don't listen to me. I don't know crap. True wisdom is knowing you know nothing. I know nothing, therefore I am wise. There's something wrong with that logic, but, you know, just doing what I can. So, in a couple streams, I'm going to do the Blade Runner effects. Because, oh wait, where are the risers? Can I do the risers? That's right, everything's so important. Coming soon to PBS. Watch Grover Dick Ernie. If I could do the Grover voice without cracking, that could have been funny. I don't have that kind of voice anymore, though. I feel like I'm a one-hump camel makes a one-hump poop. A two-humped camel makes a two-humped poop. Just kidding. That's my Morgan Freeman. It's terrible, I know. Working on it. You know, you gotta work it a little. And sorry, I've been just kind of reflecting. Because what else am I supposed to do in here? I mean, I could turn on video games, but I've played them all, and nothing new's really hitting me in the face. I mean, everyone's like Minecrafting, which I didn't really get from the beginning. I mean, I like the building aspect, sandboxing and stuff like that, but you know. Alone again. They left me. I had to guess for a second. Oh. It's all right. That's the thing. I can go. There's no rules. I can keep going and keep pontificating. Let's talk about, while no one's watching, let's talk about girls. Kevin, do you like girls? Oh, I used to like girls. But they were, no loyalty. No loyalty on the girls nowadays. At least the ones I came across. You know, yeah, because I was a nice guy. That was my problem. I was just like, oh, what can I do for you? How can I make you happy? Are you happy today? That takes away my attraction. Yeah, live you learn. So now I don't initiate with women ever. They want my attention, work for it. Am I worth it? I think so. I enjoy my own company. But it's for you to decide. That means you got to spend a little time, a little effort, and put on a show, because the camera's always on. And that's the way it should be. If I could have done this in my teens, it probably would have been dangerous, and there probably would have been nudity. See, that's the thing that people don't understand. Sexuality begins at adolescence, and there are so many rules that hit you at that time, and every kid is thinking, it's my body, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And technically, they're right. They're not ready. I mean, they're not mature enough to deal with reproductive consequences, and it seems to me that that's the whole point for the statutory age and stuff like that, as well as to protect those who just don't have the wherewithal to know what's going on. Let me tell you, some of those little bastards are pretty sharp, and they don't know what they think they know, but they have agency. You know what I mean? They're kids killing other kids, kids making child porn with other children. It's, you know, the issue doesn't come from the society so much. It comes from the biology of it. Again, in my opinion, this is my observation over my life, such as it is. Because it would always generally be the girls who were instigating. You know, especially violence. Have you ever had the girlfriend who was like, yeah, kick my boyfriend's ass, or kick that guy's ass for me? Let me rephrase that. The girl telling the boyfriend to kick somebody else's ass, is that still a thing? I wouldn't think so, because, you know, you can't even do a bitch slap and get away with it. So, yeah. Hey, not my problems. I got my happy little bubble where I'm at. Pick up, watch hour here, watch hour there. And hang out. Do my thing. It's funny because I could see the clone of myself behind the clone. How long am I going? How long have I been on? Does it tell me? Shouldn't it tell me after a while? So yeah, snow boobies. It was snowman consistency today. Very packable, very rollable, very heavy. Because it's kind of slush now. I'm hoping it. Well, we'll see what happens. Yep, I hear people thumping. Yeah, I'll use that. I'm going to get myself a slice of cheesecake. If you stuck around all the way through this, thank you very much. My name is Kevin G Nicholson. Please find me on Spotify and play some of this stuff that you hear behind me, because it really helps me out a lot. It's the only thing that's paying me right now, because YouTube ain't at it yet. I'm short watch hours, so if you want to stay on YouTube and help out, you just go through some of the past live streams, put them on the background, and you just leave the room. I know it's dry. I know I have a dry voice. But who knows? Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need me speaking in the background. Just letting you know everything's going to be okay. And you can just roll off into a nice little nap. Yeah, a nap sounds really good. You can just rest your whole body and know everything's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You made it this far. You're a winner. Set. I'm just going to spout aspirations. Aspiration, that's not what I spouted. Compliment affirmations. I'm just going to spout affirmations. The hat is judging me. It boggles me how I can do so much research and studying and watch so many how-to YouTube videos and still be a complete buffoon. I mean, I figured I could have done this like, Neo in the Matrix, where I could have downloaded this stuff into my head, and then I'm going to be like, super powerful. I don't have any power. All right, maybe I got a little. Luckily, I got a little bit of personality. And many people love it, many people hate it. Warm the nose, Barker. Warm the nose. Someone hung out for like 5 minutes. They didn't identify themselves. They just sat and they listened. All right, that's fine. And then there's useless knowledge, like that Cookie Monster had a mother and a sister. Discovered that. That was kind of fun. Found a new song that because C is for Cookie, but you don't know the blue song, which was kind of weird considering it was, it implies like two things at once. But it was cute, Muppets. So, and then I got to find a mini DV camera, some sort of way to play back mini DV tapes. So if you know of that person, if you are that person, if you happen to be TJ, and you come across this, let me tell you, TJ, I need that camera, man. I've figured out, I've got all the cables. I just need to suck it into my new external hard drive. Look at the size of this thing. This hard drive is like tiny. That's 2 terabytes. And it was like $15. 2 terabytes for $15? What's happened? I mean, booyah me. I mean, I got another one over there, 2 terabyte. It cost me $60. Was it because it was the brand name? I don't know, but this is my... This is for this year's work, all going on in this 2 terabyte. I can't believe it's really tiny. I'm gonna have to get one of those USB splitters, things that allow you to plug like an extension cord outlet, or a power strip, so you can plug more things into it. Because eventually I'm gonna get another camera, and eventually I'm gonna get that video projector working with an automatic. And I still have, I don't know. Oh wait, that's the wrong remote. This is the remote for the lights. Oh, can you see them? Am I hitting it? Oh, now you can see it. For what it's worth. So, this summer, I'm going to be setting up this spring/summer. The moment that I know I got a couple of days, I'm going to put up my gallery, what I think is going to be for the last time. I know I've said that before. And no, I put up the show this past year, and I think maybe 2 people stopped by and they said they were going to come back to buy a painting, and they never came back. And so I'm like, it discouraged me a little bit. And I got busy doing the Ren Fair stuff and the YouTube stuff, so I was like, I can let it sit. But I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna weed out my terrible paintings, because I got a lot of terrible paintings, but I got some good paintings too. I mean, art is subjective. People bought some stuff that I thought was atrocious, but that's it. Taste is subjective, and so I figure I'm gonna do it. First time they get a nice few days in the spring, and it's warm and it doesn't hurt to stand outside. At that point, well, then I'm going to set up the art show again, and then I'm going to have to clean up. The spring is always when I have to clean up around here, because the winter turns everything into dog shit. So in the spring, I got to do all the raking and stuff like that, because I try to do a little bit at the close of the season, but I didn't get to a lot of it this year. So, well, made work for myself. The only person who's going to hurt from it is me, because I'm going to want the place to look good. I'm going to put those LED lights up outside. I'm going to put on a little show. It's going to be the prettiest setup I've ever had, because I've acquired quite the arsenal of lights and decorative items. Because I thought, people are going to stop maybe if they say, what's that twinkling thing? And I'm the only guy with lights on that off Christmas season or Halloween. Like, you don't need a reason to decorate your house, but everyone puts it up for Halloween and then takes it down, and then that's when the Christmas decorations go up until Christmas, and then everyone takes it all down again. It's a lot of work for just like, ta-da! Which I'm down with if, there's enough visitors. It's all for the views, man. It's just like this. I'm doing it all for the views. For the views, for the girls. For the allies that are in the world. And, there's got to be allies. See, there's this other guy called the Beezer guy, and he's got a channel on YouTube. And all he does is kind of like bike around and record like little snippets of him at McDonald's or him at the Veterans Bar. And then, as he goes around, he takes snippets. And the first time, when I first started getting into this, I was trying to look to see who else might be around here doing similar stuff. And it's just kind of like an archive of his life. But he does it so often that he ended up with like something like 500 subscribers. And, it even if no one watches, it adds up. I'm hoping to have a little better luck myself. I would like people to watch. And actually, what's the word? Engagement. I got to bring up engagement. No one wants to engage. Come on, let's get engaged. Come on, girl. We'll get engaged, you and I. Or boy. It won't be that sort of relationship there. I got a little Dr. Pepper today. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? They don't pay me either. But it's delicious. I can't see. I did it again. Where I was just going to come on for 15 minutes, and now it's 5:20. Happy 5:20. Oh, you're an hour too late, Kev. That's all right. Maybe I'll just stay on. I'll stay on forever. It'll be a continuous live stream until the end of time. I got the batteries. I should be, I think I might have another 10 minutes on this battery. It seems to me I get like an hour of battery. because I don't have the camera plugged directly in, which is why eventually, at some point, I'm going to have to get a second camera, like a webcam, which oh, excuse me, bubbles. But yeah, so I have to get the webcam so I can actually have it powered so I can go like super long. And I think it might be a little easier if I have the separate webcam. Then I can do the two angles. I can actually do the two camera switching, because that's important when I'm doing it. Oh, I'm not well. But I'm having fun with this. I feel like I'm comfortable with the tools. I feel like the future's bright. Not so bright where I gotta wear shades, but bright enough where I gotta wear glasses. So yeah, it's good. There's going to be a lot more production. We have 2 music videos on the calendar, and that's coming up. I'm going to start doing some silly songs in the very near future, because I've been writing them out and getting them ready, and they're a little edgy, and it's not probably going to be received well by woke people. Just saying. People who are conscious, yes. Conscious people will like it. Woke people will not like it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But that means I got time for production. And I do. Luckily, I do. And I got my handy dandy guitar right here. Is it in tune? Ew, no, it's not in tune at all. All right, we're not doing that because you don't want to hear the tuning song. The tuning song is takes a little long on that guitar, because that guitar is as old as I am. My dad gave it to me, I want to say 30 years ago, because he wasn't playing it anymore and I had learned. And so I took it and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. I want to say I've been playing for 24 years. I want to say it was a little before 2000. So yeah, a quarter of a century I've been playing guitar. And only now a little bit competent with it. And some of that comes with confidence of being old. Because when you're old, you're just like, you don't care what they think so much. You're just entertaining yourself. And I was doing that the other day. Like, if you've ever played an instrument and you ever just kind of jam by yourself, it's kind of a unique feeling, because you're like following your own vibes. You know what I mean? You're playing and sometimes you're singing, but it's like a transition that happens in your head where you go from beat and then, oh, what about that song, to that, and then you end up developing a playlist. And I'd say I got maybe a 30-minute playlist that I could do, but I'm trying to write a 30-minute playlist of my own with words, because obviously I can pump the instrumentals out much quicker, because I only have to think about theme with the instrumental music. Because every album that I do, I try to structure as a 3-part story with highs and lows, like happy moments, sad moments, and see how that coalesce. But as I'm starting to write music with, my actual lyrics, wow, that's a different beast, because I can't do it on stage easily, because I'm still not comfortable enough playing while I'm singing, because I'm like too many things at once. I'm not quite there yet. I'm working at it though, and I'll continue working at it. That's what practice is for. Some of my fondest memories are when I was living up in Putnam. I lived on Powhatan Street in Putnam, and we had a large backyard, and the landlords were really nice. God, I loved them, the Gerards. But anyway, so I'd go out in the back with my dog Knox, who was a little Cocker Spaniel. I should throw his picture up. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. And he would chase the ball while I would practice. And while he was off chasing the ball, I'd strum and I'd practice. And then he'd come back with the ball. He'd drop it at my feet. And if I kept playing, because I was too busy, he'd pick the ball up again, throw it at my feet, so to get my attention. And then I'd lean down, I'd pick up the ball, and I'd chuck it again. And the dog would go off. And I've never seen an animal so happy in those moments, because he used to prance. Like the little, where all the legs come off the ground, bro. Just spring. Oh, that was good times. All right, let's see if I can. Yeah, let's see if I can find that picture of Knox. I'm sure this will take a second, guys. But what are you gonna do? Let's see. I want to say I got a lot of stuff. All right, there's that, and then a lot of interesting stuff in here. Some which is not YouTube viable. IJKMN. Or how about just D for dogs? Yep, D for dogs will do. Okay, this is Freya. This isn't the dog that I'm referring to. But I'm going to show her all the same. Because she was cute. I had gotten this dog as a companion for Knox. Who I'm still going to find that picture. And she was a good, she was a good dog too. She lasted longer than Knox, and boy, another one that died in my arms. And both of ripe old age. But it was very obviously sad. See, sorry, I didn't mean to bring you guys down. I'm not crying right now. I'm just looking for... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, that's not a good shot of him, though. This is a better one. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, the dog on the right, that was Knox. And I love that dog to death. Literally, figuratively, all the way around. It was a bright 13 years of my life, and I'm grateful that I had it. But the pain of losing him at the end was such, in fact, where I am very reluctant to get another dog. Because I know the pain that comes with the end, you know what I mean? So, I know this is a little deep, but I'm talking about my dogs. I love my dogs. And as you can tell, they were very well treated, and they were brushed, and they were... Although Knox looks a little disheveled. He was such a shit. Oh, he had such personality. Man, yeah, I didn't think I'd be talking about my dogs. But, yeah, I did. I am. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And now I'm back. It's winter. We had snow. And here I am, ready to go and get some cheesecake. I suppose I don't even have to end the stream and get some cheesecake. I'm almost out of Dr. Pepper. So, because I'm going to drink the cheesecake with milk. But I want to watch something while I eat. I like to watch, I feel like I'm accomplishing something, like a twofer. I'm doing a twofer when, life is surreal. Yeah, 5:30. I think an hour's long enough. Didn't I try to bail already once? It's because people keep coming in and I go, all right, I'll do another few minutes. And then they leave. Oh. Live streaming is weird, man. But it's been fun. Again, if you don't know where I am, I'm Kevin G Nicholson. Look me up on Spotify or look me up on everything. Anything you watch on YouTube or on Spotify will help me tremendously. And I'm very, very, very grateful to any of you who do any of this. Hell, I'm grateful you look. The act of observing the particle changes the particle. And when I am observed, I do change. I feel it. I can feel it deep in my soul. I feel it deep in my heart. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, now I'm just being silly. And that's all right. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just laughing at myself. I'm not even laughing at you, the viewer, for watching me laughing at myself. Oh, because there's nothing to do outside. It's all indoors. The snow is pretty. Well, now it's dark. Welcome to New England. 5:30, sun's down. Freezing cold. Miserable sounding outside. And when it's not even full rain, it's just like drip, drip, drip. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. The heebie-jeebies? I don't know what that is. Yeah. So this has been Kevin pontificating while the door opens and closes. But yeah, it was a fun stream. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I don't know what time. Until you guys start interacting, I don't know what to say to you. If you want to see me or if you want to see me at a certain time, I'm not going to know unless you throw something in the comments somewhere. That's the thing. Through YouTube, this is how we can talk. This is how we can bond. And you should bond. We should bond. Oh, that's where I just caught where it's on the live button. On the live icon. Tells you how long you've been on. See, I'm learning something new every day. And there are quite a few things left to go. Although, I think we're due for another Red Letter Media pretty soon. That's my big addiction. Those guys are just so funny. And clever. They made a movie called Space Cop. You should look it up if you haven't seen it. It's comedy. It does make you laugh. It's pretty good as tongue-in-cheek as it is. And Patton Oswalt's in it. If I have to drop a name for it, because that was good. I bought that. I was like, these guys made me laugh so hard. They deserved at least a tip. And me buying, their digital movie was definitely a tip. It was me showing my support. I do occasionally show my support for other programmers, mostly with my time, though. I mean, that's really the most important thing we all got. Oh, excuse me. It's not gas. It's when you choose to spend your time and attention on anything, I mean, you don't get that time back. So that you'd even look and go, oh, what is that? Well, that's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Flattering, in a sense. Or reassuring. That occasionally you will stop and go, oh, what's going on over here? And then the thing is with online, I forget this because I haven't done chat rooms in a long time. And I used to do them on a couple different platforms before, and I was pretty good at it. But the universe has changed since then. Like, people have changed. And so it's because of there's so many factors that affected it. Because, remember when the Russians were actually planting, stuff into Facebook to make Americans split even harder. Well, that worked. So that's a little bit with, foreign influence, bad actors, so to speak. And now we're on we're in the land of persecution rather than, it used to be America's a free country. But no, it's not a free country anymore. 2 million of us are in jail. Those are Americans. No, probably not all of them, someone will say, but, they're people. 100% of them are people. You want to keep putting them in boxes? I mean, is that going to do any good? I don't think so, not in general. I mean, you've decimated your own communities by all the Dewey stuff and all the... I've never gotten a Dewey. But I saw so many people around me getting them for minor offenses. It ends up costing them so much money. And they're like, we don't want you to kill somebody. And I'm like, well, but you're decimating the economics of your own community. I mean, I used to hang out down the road at Times Square. Police did, just waiting for people to come out so they could bust them. And I'm like, well, that's, like shooting fish in a barrel for the state, you know what I mean? But it just, it felt like, they were pillaging the coffers of the poor at that point. So that seeing stuff like that makes me go, we gotta keep our heads up. Because as long as we're still here, we're still kicking, we're still alive. There are times to stand up and say something. There are times to go, it ain't my problem. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes you gotta mind your business. But, you use your head. It's like, it's simple. It would be simple for me to go out and rescue a puppy from an oncoming car. That doesn't take any moral question. You know what I mean? Yes, risk your own life for a puppy, because dogs are awesome. But it depending on who the person is, you got to make the call. And, is the person bound and determined? Or are you saving them from an accident? It's like, there was this, I'm going to tell you another story, because I can. At the Renaissance Fair this past year, there was this woman who was walking around, very elaborately dressed. She looked good. Black girl. And she had a little tripod, extender. It was very neat, but it was very light, which is why it collapsed so small. And a clever little device. But she put her phone on it, and then when she went to turn around, she nudged it, and it was going down. And this is an expensive piece. And I managed to catch it with the cry, "It's going down!" But I caught it. And Lady Potentia was there to see me do it. I mean, but that doesn't take, that's like, if you can catch someone's possession from smashing, then do it. If you can, what was another one? I saved my niece, I think he's my cousin's kid, from, she was trying to get to the computer, and she's small. I want to say, can't even be 2 years old, can't even be. Very, very tiny little girl. And so she was reaching over to get to the computer, and her arms were on the sliding chair. And so she had two arms. She ended up having herself suspended as the computer chair started rolling backwards, and then she panicked. And she started crying, and good old Kev, me, swooped on and picked her up so she didn't fall, and then plopped her on the ground. I was very smooth, and of course, it's a baby. But after the fact, I'm like, well, what if someone says, well, you touched the baby without consent? Just saved the damn baby. There was no ulterior motive aside from not hearing baby cry, not seeing baby blood. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Keep your heads up. Yeah, and keep an eye out. And try to help your fellow individuals, especially if they're kind. You don't have to if they're douchebags. But that doesn't mean you have to add to it either. See, here's, again, where I get lectury. Someone in the future might even actually watch these and go, you know, Kev, you were so far ahead of your time. No, I'm not. I'm just part of this one, and I'm trying to make sense of it. I know shit. But I'm trying. I mean, what else can you do? You could not try, which I imagine would take a lot less energy, but I don't know. I feel good about my limited results. I mean, I haven't saved lives. Like, I haven't done big things. I haven't saved lives in the traditional sense. Like, I didn't become a doctor, and you know, I didn't become a prize scientist, although I do know a lot of science-related stuff. I mean, I know the basics of electricity and could conceivably put in a solar, stack in. You need the solar, you need the panels, 100 watts each. So if I'm going to run this house, really to be on the safe side, I'd probably need 20 of them. Yeah, 24. Because then that works out to like what? So many kilowatts. And then that goes into the transformer, which changes the DC to AC. And that, that goes into a battery, which keeps it at DC. And then from the battery, it goes into the transformer, which is DC to AC. And that's where it becomes usable to most households. Like, that's where you can plug stuff into it. So I could do all that stuff rudimentarily. Is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But I'm also, I'm not an electrician, and I didn't have any formal classes. This is stuff I was interested in it, and I wanted to learn it on YouTube. Like all the little the life hacks you learn about for making like air conditioners out of clay pots, and you can do the same thing and make heaters out of clay pots. It's just getting the difference of positive and negative from one object to another. You can create energy from it. I still don't understand electronic fields fully, but field theory. I mean, I do my homework, but without someone to actually say, Kevin, yes, you're right, Kevin, yes, you're wrong. Or if I'm not attempting to apply it directly, well, then I don't know. I think I know the intellectual aspect of it. I don't know the practical wisdom of how to. But I think I could still do it without electrocuting myself or others. But, again, that's one of those zombie apocalypse things where, or if Eversource finally shuts me off. I can't believe they didn't shut me off this past summer because I didn't have the money to pay them, so I didn't. And I was first in line, though, for energy assistance. I was like, because they can't shut you off when you're on energy assistance. And so I'm like, all right, at least this will get me to April. And that's really, it's stopgapping months at a time. And just doing what you can. And I imagine for most of us, try to carry over to just a couple more days, then a couple more days. And then pretty soon, and then before you know it, you've streamed 30 days, 60 days. I'm easily at 60, I'm sure. because I'm pretty sure I started at the end of No, I want to say the top of November, so it's for sake of argument. So there's at least got to be 60 streams up here. And you go, okay, what's that do if no one watches them? Well, still a body of work. And maybe, they're up there for, as far as I can tell, forever. So, maybe someone in the future. To you people in the future watching, greetings from the past. I know we were so barbaric. Horrible Neanderthalic-like creatures. More marijuana? Why wouldn't you? It's the reason I think we have a chance. We have a chance. You know why we have a chance? It's because at some point they legalized recreational marijuana here in my home state. I absolutely 100% believe they did the right thing by doing that. Not hurting anybody but myself. And I don't look like I'm hurting, do I? Do I look like I'm hurting to you? Do you care? No, you don't care. It's no boobies. That's all you cared about. Just came in to see, in the end, you don't want to even see the boobies. You want to see the areolas. Areolas. Auroralis. See, it's all better with this. Gandalf smoked weed. And I am Gandalf the Cream. It's more like Kevin the Cream. But I don't cream anymore. Now I poof like dust. Walk through it quick, sweetie. I might have a chance to have a kid if you can take my pollen. Yeah, that's right. So I don't come my pollinate. But I'm gonna need to do some. So I'm just gonna keep this on until my camera dies, and then I might even do a second battery. See, and then that's the thing. I don't even have to do anything. Just have to be here, waiting. I'm here like I'm your suicide hotline prevention. Kinda. Unless I really don't like you. In which case, I might tell you to do it. I'm a kind man, but, I don't take to betrayal lightly. I remember betrayal. Not fondly. So many betrayals. But I don't let it change my state. That's the trick. If I think I got anything, I got pretty good mastery over my own state, which keeps me from making mistakes. I'd like to think. I mean, I'm still here. So, although, yeah, I'm kind of did all right. Not done yet. Get to keep playing. So, Bontkune says he's gonna let he's gonna put on some of my live streams and let him go. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I hope so. And get those watch hours up, man. Wouldn't it be nice if I could get that by the end of the month? I mean, it could happen. But I don't know how likely that is unless they happen to come, you know what I mean? Like, if I do something that suddenly catches, thing is, I won't know it when I do it. That stupid vagina video, 160,000 views. You know, well, Kev, why don't you do another one of those? You know, it just, it's expression. You got to express as the feeling's there. Otherwise, it's not a genuine expression. Then it's a fake impression. I am nothing if not genuine. I really don't have ulterior motives in regards to, you know, I'd like to be able to, I'd like to think I'm typical to most other folks in the sense where I just like to have my bills paid, you know, and a little abundance on top of that. I'd like to be comfortable most of the time. And I am comfortable most of the time, and I'm grateful for that. And I don't need great treasure to appreciate that. Like when I say, here, I'm going to reveal something. If you're watching this, only you know. I've been living under the American poverty level for the last decade. I've had jobs. Oh, I've worked. But I've been living under the poverty level for decades. And at the same time, I've gotten, in that same period of time, I've gotten award for, Employee of the Month. I got that a few times at Mohegan Sun. I got it where I was last time. Every time they gave me a certificate, they fired me. It was the weirdest thing. You're doing a great job. We have to let you go. What? But that's more and more the thing now. Well, it's too expensive to hold on to you. I'm going to pay somebody else less. Society biting off the nose to spite its face. Yeah, so it's like the fact that what I was saying is, don't feel bad for me because I've been living under the poverty level. But enough of the systems work and enough of the systems are in place where I'm not destitute. Where I can still do this, still have food in the fridge, still have enough agency within my own finance in order to keep going without draining anybody else. That's the important thing, is stand on your own. And I got lucky. I mean, the Spotify thing, I never expected to do music albums until that tool was put in front of me, and then I'm like, yeah, now I'm going to do music albums. Because it is. The actual art of the creation at times is very fun. And, in fact, you know what, we're going. Let's do a little, I will turn this down. And let's minimize that. Go into arcade. Let's see what they got. I go into this occasionally. I'm not set up for music, but that's all right. I'm just playing. Just play for a little bit. This is Island Perk. Let's do an Island Perk. All right. Let's hear it. Okay, there's not much there. That almost sounds like Gilligan's Island. Aboard this tiny ship. This is the Battlestar Galactica version of it. All right. No, but I love doing that stuff. There's a certain amount of spontaneity to it. But again, as I go through, I'm looking for moods. And, you know, what kind of mood do you think of when you hear that? Obviously, it's got kind of that I want to say a little bit of that Rasta. Nice drums. That's nice. Okay. Now I'm just doing it out of spite. Not true. Not true at all. I'm trying to see if I can get myself into the cheesecake mood. You gotta take the cheesecake mood seriously. If you don't take the cheesecake mood seriously, you can never truly appreciate the cheesecake. And I appreciate the cheesecake. I appreciate the cheesecake. Can you hear the bells? Can you hear the bells? Who was that guy? He's creepy. Although it's the bells, but according to my clocks, which are computer synced, it's 5:58 p.m. Here on the Eastern Coast. I'm Kevin G Nicholson talking to you from Black Stripe Productions on Broad Street in beautiful downtown Danielson, Connecticut, which is actually in the borough. It's a borough of the town of Killingly, which is part of is it Wyndham? Which is part of Wyndham, which is part of Connecticut, which is part of the United States, which is part of the world that we keep forgetting about. But, can't believe I'm saying this. So glad I'm exactly where I am. Exactly where I'm supposed to be at exactly the right time. I'm grateful for that. Snow boobies. So, 90 minutes, huh? I can talk. Just talk and talk and talk. Imagine if I get someone in here to talk too. It's just going to be a laugh riot. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. But we got to move on. Make room for the future. It's going to be a great future. You just have to manifest that positivity. You know? And granted, I could be wrong. I probably am. But why not approach it with a smile? You're never fully dressed without a smile. I'm a nutcase. It's all right, though. You can make fun of me. I don't mind it if you make fun of me. In fact, I prefer you make fun of me. Because I have snow boobies. I mean, you wouldn't, if you don't see that, you're looking for trouble. That's, and you don't want to look for trouble. Maybe you want to look for trouble. It depends on the type of trouble, I suppose. But, I got my arcade up. Let's just put something. We'll put that loop. Let's do the loop here. Hold. It's like Braveheart. Hold. Hold. All right. And they're not going to sync though. See? That's where it starts. Welcome to Music Central. We have a need to lost the fall. That's a little rough on me. Oh, that's got some nice, some spring to it. This is what I'm listening for. Listening for the music. See how strong that works. See, I love doing this stuff. How lucky am I? Alright. I've been doing this for an hour and a half, which I've surprisingly enjoyed. But I'm going to stop because I have to get myself some cheesecake. And I'm going to watch a little Game of Thrones. And then I think I'm going to have a couple beers and have a nap or sleep. I'm not quite sure which, but something will happen of it as a result of said cake of cheese. Cheese of cake. This is where, if I could, I would just fade out. Like that, with